Houston.
I'm a June cloud, formed over the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Currents and updrafts carried me northward and inland to this place, Las Lagunas de Ruidera. I'm also a gentle, docile cloud. Unencumbered by the weight of water, I travel light. So, come along, as together we follow the waterway north, a journey of 36 kilometres. The 15 lagoons of the Ruidera line up as in a chain. Some are separated by a few feet of grass or a field of grain, others, a grove of trees or a mountain. There is much water here now, but in the months of July and August, these lands may not see significant rainfall for days or even weeks. Sometimes not a single drop falls to earth. This region, with its irregular precipitation, may only receive 450 millimeters per year. But my sister clouds, arriving later in September and October, will be very different from me. Charged with energy and filled with moisture, they're capable of unleashing a deluge on the lagoons below, filling them to the brims. Sometimes the flow from these torrential autumn floods causes damage, carrying away anything that may be in the path. Water plays a leading role here on the plateaus of Campo de Montiel. The terrain inclines slightly from south to north, forming a surface of over 2,200 square kilometres. Karst rock dominates, and the permeability of limestone and dolomite allows the infiltration of rain to feed a complex underground aquifer far below the surface. Aquifer 24 absorbs the rainwater from the clouds. Then it generously feeds the nearby lagoons through springs. But how were these lagoons shaped? A wise cloud once told me that 65 million years ago, in the time of the extinction of dinosaurs, the African continental plate approached the Eurasian, against which it began to exert pressure, especially here in Iberia. This steady pressure of plate against plate over the passage of thousands and thousands of years led to the creation of the Pyrenees to the north, Sierra Nevada and the coastal mountains to the south. A complex mix of valleys, mountains and plains appeared. And among these, the structural valley that holds the lagoons of Ruidera. It extends from southeast to northwest. It took nothing more and nothing less than 10,000 years of geological work and evolution to create the 15 lagoons, all of them of different sizes and depths, ranging from 10 to 20 meters. Geological change continues today. Perhaps you wonder why a river doesn't flow through the valley, instead of the lagoons separated by natural dikes or barriers. As water flows through karst rocks, it absorbs many minerals. In this process, any chemical or physical imbalance, such as water movement, plant development, or summer evaporation, causes the precipitation of these minerals and the growth of the barriers. During rainy months, the water rises above these barriers, creating cascades. And what cascades! They can reach up to 10 meters in height, even more. But the overflow of water also subjects the barriers to various processes of aging by erosion. And yes, the barriers age, but the lagoons too. This is due to sedimentation of mainly organic material, which is deposited into the lagoons. As sedimentation builds, the depth of water decreases, the lagoons become more shallow, the aquatic plants gradually grow and fill in towards the center until the open surface is gone. The Laguna Cenagosa, the last one before the Peñarroya reservoir, is the best example of this. The Peñarroya reservoir was constructed in 1959 for three purposes: to provide water for agriculture, to generate electricity, and to supply drinking water to the cities of Tomelloso, Argamasilla de Alba, and Alcázar de San Juan. In spring, when it's at its fullest, you can clearly see its size of 420 hectares with a volume of 51 million cubic meters and a maximum depth of almost 32 meters. This is more than twice the water of all the lagoons of Ruidera, a considerable quantity of water, especially for a dry territory such as La Mancha. Is it true that a cloud learns a lot? From here, the perspective is different. My journey is intense and my life short, ending in the heat of the sun at the end of June. But do not worry, my adventure may be over for now, but not forever. As an integral part of the water cycle, we, the clouds, are created. We float, we weep, we die, and we emerge once again.